Welcome to Real Talk Film Discussions. This week we're going to be discussing Interstellar, and with me I have my guest Anthony. So let's jump right in. Interstellar. How was it?
Amazing. Mind blown.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm at a loss of words for that movie. That's how amazing I think it was.
Mm-hmm. I was a little confused in the beginning of the movie because it looked like it was a documentary.
Yeah.
And then, it all came together later.
Yeah.
And then it reminded me of something like Graceland with Elvis's house.
Yeah.
There was, a tour with, TVs, and, the headphones talking and stuff. It just...
Yeah, I wonder if they got that idea from that.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But I thought that was pretty funny how they tried to make him feel at home.
Yeah.
And we're getting really ahead.
Yeah.
But...
That's the end of the movie. Just forget about the 2.5.
Just because in the beginning, I was so confused for a little while because I was like...
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything about, a documentary type movie. And then... I was like, who are these old people talking?
Yeah, I noticed the one lady was an actress, so I was like, oh, okay. Because I've seen her in other things before. I can't remember. Oh, she's in Louis.
Is she?
Yeah, she plays the when he's with the elevator thing.
Oh,
That's her. I just realized that just right now. That's her.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't recognize any of them, but I was like, this is just, I didn't hear anything about this style of movie from Interstellar. So I just hear visuals and sci-fi type stuff, and I was like, oh wow, this is different.
Yeah.
But it came together.
Yeah.
So, and another thing I noticed was the music, and I was actually paying more attention to that because of you, and the whole app and everything, and I was like, I wanted to notice that. I didn't have the full experience because I wasn't in a theater.
Yeah.
But
it's definitely a movie that's best in the theater.
Yeah.
Or at least with amazing sound.
Yeah.
That soundtrack, man. Just blew me away.
Yeah. I liked it because it made the special moments feel more special.
Yeah.
They really emphasized the music in certain scenes. The scenes with the waves and stuff.
Yeah. Oh my god.
On that planet, I really got captured in the moment.
It's crazy.
And then after that scene, I felt like it got a lot deeper. The movie.
Yeah.
The movie got a lot deeper. But I liked it because I think it was the first time they went to a planet that they were exploring, right, to see if they could have life there.
Yeah.
And it was cool seeing the experience, the first time, and the time that they were watching, or not watching, I was watching, the time that they were living.
Yeah.
And just experiencing what it would be like to be on a different planet. I don't know. I was just caught right then.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah. But and then I didn't understand why, the guy didn't get into the ship, though.
I don't know. I don't know why he didn't get into the ship. Maybe
I feel like he could have.
It was the gravity, maybe. He was so tired or whatever. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And that was another interesting aspect of the movie the whole time. The time versus gravity, but the time that if you're in a planet, it's actually going slower, I guess.
Yeah, slower or faster,
yeah,
depending on.
Than if you're not in that planet. And when they got back, that guy was really old.
Yep.
And that just made me feel really sad.
Yeah. I was just waiting, man.
Yeah.
That poor man.
Yeah. I felt bad for him.
But when they got back, that's where one of my favorite scenes is when Matthew McConaughey's character is just looking through all the videos that were sent over the 20 years, and
that was
his reaction, man. Oh my god,
that was. My emotions were all over the place though. That scene.
Yeah. Every single time I watch that, it just hits me. Right there, man. It's so great.
That was a great scene. And it really set the pace kind of for the rest of the movie too.
Yeah, to me the movie is so awesome because Because I mean, a lot of people love it for the science part and everything, but there's like a real deep human part to the whole entire movie, which science can't explain, and that's what I think that I got from the movie. It's just that great human experience that his character went through.
Yeah, that's one of the messages I took away from the film as well. It's like basically what you just said, love can't really be explained scientifically.
Oh, that's one of my other favorite scenes is when she's talking about that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like that whole little monologue that she does is amazing. And it makes perfect sense to me. I love it.
There was a lot of great scenes. The movie overall, like, I enjoyed it a lot. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. So I was happy that it was a great film.
Yeah, I mean, to me, and like, I love it because of the human aspect of it, and because of the way the soundtrack is, the acting in it, and then of course, Christopher Nolan's directing was just incredible in it, and he took so many different aspects of like different directors, like when Kubrick made 2001: Space Odyssey, like you see a lot of different techniques that are similar that he did back then that Christopher Nolan was trying to do in this movie too, which was really cool because at the time that movie was like a pinnacle of filmmaking. Like it was just incredible. It still is to this day. It's one of the best movies ever.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, how do you think this film ranks against other space films?
Well, I mean, like I said before, like this movie to me isn't just about space. Like, I mean, it's more of a human experience movie to me, and that whole love is something that we can't define and all that stuff. But I think it's one of the best anyway. I love it, but at the same time, I really like Contact also. That's another great space movie.
It's on my list still.
Kind of space movie, but it's just incredible. Yeah. Like, and they both have Matthew McConaughey, but they're so different from each other, but they're so similar in so many different ways. And they're both great.
Okay. Switching from the human in love side of the movie and going to the scientific side of the movie, there's a lot of people out there that want to say this is like the most realistic type of space film that has been made, and I'm not going to argue that or not, but some of the stuff I really feel either can't be known or like would never happen even if it was possible. I guess that would make it impossible, but would never like be able to happen anytime. And like going, how do you know what's inside a black hole, and then how is that going to take you behind a bookcase?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, because I read and like I talked to some people, like there was a team of physics masters that like worked on the film, and so everything is like real.
Yeah, well, I mean, as real as we know it is, I guess. It's like what Louis C.K. said when he was doing one of his stand-ups. He was like, it's funny how people think that we have all the answers. Like, we've only been here for however long, and we just think that we know everything about everything. The answer is always science. But I don't think that we're as smart as we think that we are. But yeah, I mean, I just went for the ride. I took whatever they said as whatever, and I mean they released like a whole book about it and everything. But I mean, I wasn't as interested in the science part about it, but some of it was a little bit confusing to me, and I agree. Some of it I didn't really think was realistic, but it was just about the experience of the movie, I guess.
I love the experience that the movie gave me.
Yeah.
But did you like the whole, like, just like full circle type thing that they had going on where...
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I mean, Christopher Nolan always does stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the way from Memento to all the
Mm-hmm.
movies that he does. He always has something, Inception, something like that. That's like his thing. That's like his go-to thing.
Like, I kind of, like, had a feeling, like, that it was all connected somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea. And then when he ended up in that fifth dimension of time or whatever, and was trying to communicate, like, then I was like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah. And that actually reminds me of one scene that I didn't like. The scene where, I can't believe I forgot what her name is, but his daughter, Murph.
Yeah.
Which just irked me the whole time, hearing that name.
Murph.
When she found out that he was still alive, and then she went to see him, and then she was like on her deathbed or whatever.
Yeah.
And the whole family showed up, and
Yeah.
none of them seemed like they had wanted to have anything to do with him.
Right? They're
Like,
just like, who's this guy?
Yeah, like,
get out of here.
that's your great grandfather, your grandfather,
right?
Or whoever. Like,
yeah, that was a little bit weird.
I was expecting them to like kind of have an interaction of some sort.
Yeah, I mean, like
to wonder why he's still so young or whatever, and all that other junk.
Yeah. Or maybe they didn't even know who he was or whatever. Maybe they didn't know that was.
They probably didn't, but I feel like they should have.
Yeah.
At least I would have been like, why is this guy in the room? Why is he talking to you?
Yeah. Right.
But
why is this young man holding hands with my mom?
Yeah, exactly.
Weird.
They didn't have anything to say about that.
But I like it at the end where he goes to find Dr. Brand.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, who else does he have at that point?
Yeah, right? I mean, he's basically all alone. She's all alone.
Yeah. And, he has that, like, drive and determination to, like, do the right thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So. And that leads me to doing the right thing. It was a tough decision, it seemed, and I don't know what decision I would choose when they're talking about basically saving the ones you love versus saving the whole human race.
Yeah, yeah. It's a real deep question.
Yeah.
That it makes you think. And, yeah, I mean, it is a real tough decision. And I understand both sides, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's such a tough decision.
Yeah. But that was crazy when you find out that Dr. Brand already figured out or Professor Brand already figured out the equation before they even went on the original missions.
And that leads me to the biggest surprise of the movie, Matt Damon, that I did not even know was coming.
I saw that movie.
I was like, Anthony.
Right. You should have seen me the first time in the movie theater. I was going nuts. I was like, Matt Damon. It was. I was like, who else could it be? It makes perfect sense. And then as soon as I saw him, I'm like, I know that this guy is gonna do something bad. I mean, he's Matt Damon.
Yeah, and he was like causing trouble from the start.
Yeah, I mean, it's that cowardice that he had, and that fear that consumed him. And then when he finally saw a way out from his death, he wanted to take it,
which is also
at any
very
cost.
Human.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, it's a very human quality that he had.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember exactly how long he was alone, but I'm sure, especially once he knew that planet was no good. Like, it makes you think, like, if anyone else was doing the same thing he was doing, like sending thumbs up or like good signals, but yeah, it makes you think, what would you do in that situation? Because if you send a thumbs down, no one's gonna come for you, and you're just stranded there by yourself for forever. But
that's the risk that they took when they went on the mission.
It is the risk that they took.
But sometimes that, I guess it's their real true character. When they realize something didn't work out the way, and then you see what the true character of that person is.
Yep. So would you do space travel? If you could, would you?
I have no idea, man. It's so crazy, man.
Okay, well
Like,
then let me break it down then. Because I mean, I hear like they're doing trips up into space, like I don't know, 5 years or so. But that's just like going up and coming down, I believe. So just going up and coming down.
that's scary, man.
It is.
Like, I'm scared of outer space. Like, I would not want to go.
Cause going like out and like next to Saturn and through a black hole or whatever, that's completely, or a wormhole. That's like a completely different thing.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like, but like it's like with that one guy who the other doctor that was with them said, when he finally wakes up when they're close to Saturn, he's talking to Cooper, and he's like, we only have this millimeters of aluminum between us, and then just nothingness that wouldn't kill us within a couple of seconds. And it's true. It's scary when you think about it that way. And then Cooper just tells him that story about the yachtsman, which I thought was a really cool story.
It was.
Where they didn't know how to swim.
Yeah, that was...
That's really cool. And then he just listened to that, and then he calmed his nerves. So, I mean, but it's scary.
It is. Like, you could just sit and think about space forever.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really know what it's like until you get up there. But, like, I can't even begin to understand it, and I don't
right?
I don't think I would.
Yeah.
If I could. But if you said if you said that you would go, I was gonna have a follow-up question, like, would you go if you knew that you couldn't come back to Earth?
I mean, I guess it would all depend on the situation in my life. Like if I was Cooper and I had all this knowledge of whatever, and I was a great pilot and whatever, and they needed me, then I think I would. Mm-hmm. And then I think I would try to save other people.
That was another part of the movie too that kind of got me. Like, it kind of came full circle, but at the time, he went to the secret location, which happened to be NASA, and then they basically just wanted him right away. But they didn't even call for him.
Yeah.
They didn't know that he was going there.
Yeah.
Like, how did it just got, like, handed to him right away? Like, I don't know. It just...
Yeah. Yeah, that was odd, for sure.
But
I guess everything really happens for a reason,
Yeah.
And I guess that reason is that was his calling. I mean, they were going to go anyway, he said, so. Mm-hmm. And it's a good thing that he did go, because if he didn't go, then all the other people on Earth wouldn't have made it anywhere. Mm. Because nobody else would have been able to know about the equation, blah, 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 and wouldn't be able to transmit the data through Morse code back to somebody.
Well, I think that all just made sense for the movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that, if it wasn't him,
I don't think the other people really had the bravery that he did, I guess.
That's true.
To really do something like that, and to save Dr. Brand instead of himself. And he didn't know what was. I'm sure he thought that he was just going to die when he went into the black hole or whatever.
Yeah, that's one thing. His bravery when the docking scene, when the look in his eyes.
Oh my god! And the music at that part, man, I was freaking out.
And then I love when he says something about like what's possible versus what's necessary.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was really cool.
Yeah, those scenes, man, are some of the best scenes. Mm-hmm. Like, it just ties everything together in that movie. Like, amazing acting, amazing directing, amazing music, and just everything tied together perfectly in those pivotal scenes.
Yeah, I really love the movie, and reflecting back on it, I like it even more.
Yeah,
it was great.
Yeah, one of the best movies I've ever seen.
And it didn't get anything.
Nothing. Not even best soundtrack, man. Not even best soundtrack.
What were we watching that other people weren't watching?
I don't know, man. I mean, Birdman was awesome in its own way. I don't know if it's a great film. It was a good film. I'm glad it won out of the films that were nominated, but Interstellar is a great film.
Yeah, personally, I enjoyed Interstellar way more than Birdman.
Yeah.
For a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
Like, Birdman shined in certain areas. But
yeah. And it was unique and interesting. And I mean, we've seen space movies 1,000 times, but this is also a unique way of showing it too, and it really brought, like, the best parts of some of the other space movies together. And directing style, like, reminded me a lot of Kubrick.
And even just, like, I feel like it should deserve something for the acting or in, like, the visuals and soundtrack and stuff. Like, it should deserve something.
Like, how is Matthew McConaughey's performance in this movie not as good as Dallas Buyers Club? And I understand, oh, well, he just got nominated last year, so we're not going to nominate him this year. That's garbage. Like, if somebody did an amazing job 2 years in a row, they deserve it 2 years in a row.
I agree.
And he carried that movie.
I think,
he's incredible.
I don't know, Dallas Buyers Club, because, I mean, he was the only person that won 40. Like, Jared Leto won.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, they might have been trying to push some agenda.
Yeah,
but
could have been.
I liked Interstellar more, and I liked his performance probably more than Dallas Buyers Club.
I mean, just that, like we were saying, that one scene, man, where he's going back through the tapes. Like, that is pure acting skill.
It is. That takes, like, a lot of work to be able to get to that point in your career.
Yeah. And make it believable.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I believe him every second in that movie.
Like, anybody could, like, sit in the chair and just, like, pretend to cry and, like, make faces and stuff. But,
but
it looked real.
Yeah. Yeah, it was... And he's been such a great actor for so long, and he just hasn't been getting that much credit. And now he's been in all these amazing movies, and I'm sure he's just going to be continue to be in more amazing movies too.
Yeah, he's got the gift.
Yeah. Another interesting thing, I really like the. At first, I wasn't sure about the like TARS and Case, the robots.
They were so weird looking.
They were so weird. But the cool thing is, like, I was looking at some of the stuff, and they were actually, like, controlled by, like, somebody. Like, it wasn't that much CGI. Christopher Nolan wanted somebody to be able to use it, like, as like a puppeteer thing or whatever in order to control it. So I thought that was really cool how they did that too.
So you mean control it like somebody was inside it, or
no, like somebody was like behind it or something like that, controlling it like that. So I thought that was really cool, too. There was just a lot of little cool things about the movie, I thought.
Yeah.
And it's just sad that a movie like that doesn't get any recognition at all.
Yeah, it is. We should send this tape to the committee.
Overrule.
We'll cut that whole part out.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoyed the film.
Yeah, I'm glad you finally watched it.
Yeah, I don't know what else to go on about, but...
Yeah, I mean, to me, I love the movie so much I don't really know how to express how much I like that movie, because it's so deep on so many different levels that it's really hard to put into words how I feel about this movie.
It was deep, for sure. Thanks for joining us this week. We'll be back. Actually, I don't know about when, though. We'll be back at some point.
Soon.
Signing out. See you later.
Bye.